What if the problem isn't that you don't earn enough, but that your life is quietly designed to keep you stuck? Not broke, not struggling, just unable to move forward. Let's take a fairly normal situation. You're 30. You live in a mid-sized city in the US or Europe. You earn around $75,000 a year, or the equivalent in euros or pounds. On paper, that's solid. You've made it past the entry-level phase. But then reality shows up. After taxes, you're left with roughly $4,500 a month. Your rent or mortgage, around $1,600. Car payment and insurance, $600. Groceries, utilities, subscriptions, another $800. Student loan or credit card payments, let's say $400. And then, life, eating out, social plans, occasional travel, clothes that match your job and your circle. That's easily another $800 to $1,000. By the end of the month, you're not in crisis, but you're not building anything either. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Nothing in that lifestyle is extreme. You're not reckless. You're not irresponsible. You're just average. And that's exactly the trap. Because the system you're in is designed to normalize spending at your income level. The moment you earn more, your baseline quietly shifts upward. Better apartment, safer car, more deserved comfort. Not because you need it, but because it feels reasonable. Simple math, the real cost. Let's isolate one piece. Your car. A $35,000 car financed over 5 years. At a moderate interest rate. That's roughly $600 a month. Over 5 years, you'll pay about $36,000 to $38,000. Now imagine that same $600 invested monthly instead. With a modest 7% annual return. After 5 years, that's about $43,000. After 10 years, it becomes around $104,000. After 20 years, you're looking at over $300,000. Same $600. One decision, either keeps you mobile, or quietly builds long-term freedom. But the system never frames it that way. This isn't about math, it's about identity. At a certain income level, your spending stops being functional, and starts becoming social. Your apartment reflects your status. Your car signals your progress. Your lifestyle becomes proof, mostly to others, but also to yourself, that you're doing well. And once that identity locks in, downgrading feels like failure, even if upgrading is what's keeping you stuck. Here's how this plays out over time. You keep earning more, but your expenses grow with you. Your savings rate stays low, maybe 5%, sometimes 10%. After 10 or 15 years, you've earned hundreds of thousands. But your net worth doesn't reflect it. You're dependent on your next paycheck. You can't step away. You can't take real risks. Not because you're irresponsible, but because your life has no margin. Now compare that to a different mindset. Same income, same environment, but a different lens. Instead of asking, what can I afford monthly? They ask, what does this cost me over 10 or 20 years? They don't avoid comfort. They just question automatic upgrades. They understand that every recurring expense isn't just a bill, it's a long-term commitment. And more importantly, they separate lifestyle from identity. They don't need their spending to prove their success. Because they measure progress differently. Not by how things look now, but by how much freedom they're building later. The middle-class trap isn't about being broke. It's about living in a system where earning more doesn't automatically translate into moving forward. Where comfort quietly replaces progress. And normal starts working against you. Once you see it, you don't need extreme changes. Just clearer thinking. Because staying stuck isn't usually a result of one big mistake. It's the outcome of many small, reasonable decisions that were never questioned. If this made you think a little differently about your money, consider subscribing.